The global livestock sector is growing quicker than other agricultural sectors. Moreover, the meat consumption trend is increasing day by day, and meat production in the world is projected to grow to 465 million tons by the year 2050. In 2011, 297 million tons of meat were produced globally. Furthermore, 70 billion domestic animals are raised for food each year in the world, while 6 million animals are killed for food every hour. Astonishing numbers, right? There's more raising farm animals accounts for roughly 23% of all water use in agriculture. 12. Horse meat millions of tons consumed each year. 0.3. According to Brandon Gale, a research website, horse meat is consumed in many countries, including Mexico, Belgium, Canada, Chile, Spain, Iceland, France, Russia, South American and Southeast Asian countries, as well as China and Japan. During the Paleolithic, wild horses formed an important source of food for humans. In many parts of Europe, the consumption of horse meat continued throughout the Middle Ages until modern times, despite a papal ban on horse meat in 732. Horse meat was also eaten as part of Germanic pagan religious ceremonies in Northern Europe, particularly ceremonies associated with the worship of Aten. 11. Camel meat. Millions of tons consumed each year. 0.5. Camel meat has been eaten for centuries. It has been recorded by ancient Greek writers as an available dish at banquets in ancient Persia, usually roasted whole. The ancient Roman Emperor Heliogabalus enjoyed camel's heel. Camel meat is mainly eaten in certain regions, including Eritrea, Somalia, Djibouti, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Syria, Libya, Sudan, Ethiopia, Kazakhstan, and other arid regions where alternative forms of protein may be limited or where camel meat has had a long cultural history. Camel blood is also consumable, as is the case among pastoralists in northern Kenya, where camel blood is drunk with milk and acts as a key source of iron, vitamin D, salts and minerals. Camel meat is a sample food in Djiboutian cuisine. You can have camel steak, skewers and hamburgers. Also, Zerbian rice with camel meat is served in local restaurants. Camel meat is also occasionally found in Australian cuisine. For example, a camel lasagna is available in Alice Springs. 10. Rabbit meat. Millions of tons consumed each year. 1. In the United Kingdom, fresh rabbit is sold in butcher shops and markets, and some supermarkets sell frozen rabbit meat. At farmers' markets there, including the famous Borough Market in London, rabbit carcasses are sometimes displayed hanging, unbutchered, in the traditional style, next to braces of pheasant or other small game. Rabbit meat is a feature of Moroccan cuisine, where it is cooked in a tagine with raisins and grilled almonds, added a few minutes before serving. In China, rabbit meat is particularly popular in Sichuan cuisine, with its stewed rabbit, spicy diced rabbit, BBQ-style rabbit, and even spicy rabbit heads, which have been compared to spicy duck neck. Rabbit meat is comparatively unpopular elsewhere in the Asia-Pacific. 9. Goose meat. Millions of tons consumed each year. 2.5. Roast goose is a dish found in Chinese, European, and Middle Eastern cuisines. The goose is in the biological family of birds including ducks, geese, and swans, known as the family of Anatidae. The family has a cosmopolitan distribution. Roasting is a cooking method using dry heat with hot air enveloping the food, cooking it evenly on all sides. Roasting can enhance flavor. Many varieties of roast goose appear in cuisines around the world. In southern China, roast goose is a variety of siu mei, or roasted meat dishes, within Cantonese cuisine. It is made by roasting geese with seasoning, often in a charcoal furnace at high temperature. Roasted geese of high quality have crisp skin with juicy and tender meat. Slices of roast goose may be served with plum sauce. 8. Duck meat. Millions of tons consumed each year. 4.5. Duck meat is derived primarily from the breasts and legs of ducks. As all poultry meat, the meat is categorically classed as white meat, despite the color being slightly darker than normal poultry. The meat of the legs is darker and somewhat fattier than the meat of the breasts, although the breast meat is darker than the breast meat of a chicken or a turkey. Being waterfowl, ducks have a layer of heat-insulating subcutaneous fat between the skin and the meat. Duck is particularly predominant in the Chinese cuisine. A popular dish is Peking duck, which is made from the Pekin duck. Duck meat is commonly eaten with scallions, cucumbers and hoisin sauce, wrapped in a small spring pancake made of flour and water or a soft risen bun known as gua bao. 7. Turkey meat. Millions of tons consumed each year. 5.6. Turkey meat, commonly referred to as just turkey, is the meat from turkeys, typically domesticated turkeys. It is a popular poultry dish, especially in North America, where it is traditionally consumed as part of culturally significant events such as Thanksgiving and Christmas, as well as in standard cuisine. Turkeys are sold sliced and ground, as well as whole, in a manner similar to chicken with the head, feet, and feathers removed. Frozen whole turkeys remain popular. Sliced turkey is frequently used as a sandwich meat or served as cold cuts. In some cases where recipes call for chicken, it can be used as a substitute. Ground turkey is sold and frequently marketed as a healthy alternative to ground beef. Without careful preparation, cooked turkey is usually considered to end up less moist than other poultry meats, such as chicken or duck. 6. Goat meat. Millions of tons consumed each year. 13. Goat is both a staple and a delicacy in world cuisines. The cuisines best known for their use of goat include African cuisine, Middle Eastern, North African, Indian, Indonesian, Nepali, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Mexican, and Caribbean, Haiti. Cabrito, or baby goat, is a very typical food of Monterrey, Nuevo Leon, Mexico. In Italy, it is called capretto. Goat has historically been less commonplace in American, Canadian and Northern European cuisines, but has become more popular in some niche markets, including those that serve immigrants from Asia and Africa, who prefer goat to other meat. As of 2011, the number of goats slaughtered in the United States has doubled every 10 years for 3 decades, rising to nearly 1 million annually. While in the past goat meat in the West was confined to ethnic markets, it can now be found in a few upscale restaurants and purveyors, especially in cities such as New York and San Francisco. Brady, Texas has held its annual World Championship BBQ Goat Cook-Off annually since 1973. 5. Sheep meat. Millions of tons consumed each year. 15. Meat from sheep features prominently in several cuisines of the Mediterranean, for example in Greece, where it is an integral component of many meals, including religious feasts such as Easter, Sea of Galamono, Majoritza, Turkey, in North Africa, the Middle East, in Jordan, Pakistan and Afghanistan, in the Basque culture, both in the Basque country of Europe and in the shepherding areas of the western United States. In Northern Europe, mutton and lamb feature in many traditional dishes, including those of Iceland and of the United Kingdom, particularly in the western and northern uplands, Scotland and Wales. Mutton used to be an important part of Hungarian cuisine due to strong pastoral traditions, but began to be increasingly looked down on with the spread of urbanization. It is also very popular in Australia. Lamb and mutton are very popular in Central Asia and in certain parts of China, where other red meats may be eschewed for religious or economic reasons. Barbecued mutton is also a specialty in some areas of the United States, chiefly Owensboro, Kentucky, and Canada. However, meat from sheep is generally consumed far less in the US than in many European, Central American and Asian cuisines. For example, average per capita consumption of lamb in the United States is only 400 grams, 14 ounces per year. 4. Beef. Millions of tons consumed each year. 69. Beef is the third most widely consumed meat in the world, accounting for about 25% of meat production worldwide, after pork and poultry at 38% and 30% respectively. In absolute numbers, the United States, Brazil, and the People's Republic of China are the world's three largest consumers of beef. Uruguay, however, has the highest beef and veal consumption per capita, followed by Argentina and Brazil. According to the data from OECD, the average Uruguayan ate over 42 kilograms, 93 pounds, of beef or veal in 2014, representing the highest beef-veal consumption per capita in the world. In comparison, the average American consumed only about 24 kilograms, 53 pounds, beef or veal in the same year, while African countries, such as Mozambique, Ghana, and Nigeria, consumed the least beef or veal per capita. 3. Chicken. Millions of tons consumed each year. 99.7. Chicken is the most common type of poultry in the world. Owing to the relative ease and low cost of raising them in comparison to animals such as cattle or hogs, chickens have become prevalent throughout the cuisine of cultures around the world, and their meat has been variously adapted to regional tastes. Chicken can be prepared in a vast range of ways, including baking, grilling, barbecuing, frying, and boiling, among many others, depending on its purpose. Since the latter half of the 20th century, prepared chicken has become a staple of fast food. Chicken is sometimes cited as being more healthful than red meat, with lower concentrations of cholesterol and saturated fat. 2. Fish. Millions of tons consumed each year. 107. Many species of fish are consumed as food in virtually all regions around the world. Fish has been an important source of protein and other nutrients for humans throughout history. Europe, Japan, and the United States of America together accounted for 47% of the world's total fish consumption in 1961, but only about 20% in 2015. Of the global total of 149 million tons in 2015, Asia consumed more than two-thirds, 106 million tons, at 24.0 kilograms per capita. Oceania and Africa consumed the lowest share. The shift is the result of structural changes in the sector, and in particular the growing role of Asian countries in fish production, as well as a significant gap between the economic growth rates of the world's more mature fish markets and those of many increasingly important emerging markets around the world, particularly in Asia. 1. Pork. Millions of tons consumed each year. 121. Pork is the culinary name for the meat of a domestic pig, Sus scrofa domesticus. It is the most commonly consumed meat worldwide, with evidence of pig husbandry dating back to 5000 BC. Pork is eaten both freshly cooked and preserved. Curing extends the shelf life of the pork products. Ham, smoked pork, gammon, bacon, and sausage are examples of preserved pork. Charcuterie is the branch of cooking devoted to prepared meat products, many from pork. Pork is not only the most popular meat in the Western world and in Central Europe, is also very popular in the eastern and non-Muslim parts of Southeastern Asia, Indochina, Philippines, Singapore, East Timor, and in Malaysia. It is highly prized in Asian cuisines for its fat content and pleasant texture. What kind of meat does your family eat? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video. If you found it interesting, give me a like and subscribe to the channel.